Okay, see Lindelof videos. Finding a min and max on a closed interval. This is for AP Calculus. We have f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1 on the closed interval 0 to 3. This is not a difficult problem at all. The only problem is that you use the wrong form because we know a min and max both exist. They may even be the same, but they both exist because of the way we test for them. So the first thing I'm going to do is look for critical values. So look for critical values, critical numbers, however you want to describe that, which is f prime at x is equal to 0. So all I'm going to do is differentiate. I'm going to say, okay, if f of x is this, then f prime at x is equal to 2x minus 2. I'm going to go ahead and set that equal to 0, and we find that x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 is the only critical value that we have. Now I'm just going to go through the steps of finding a min or a max on a closed interval. So we have to be careful. So I'm going to say endpoint. Well, we have an endpoint at 0. So what is f of 0? We evaluate f of 0, and f of 0 is equal to 1. We have critical value. We have a critical value. Our critical value occurred at x is equal to 1. So what is f of 1? And f of 1 is equal to 0. And when I did that, all I did was just put it in here. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 1 minus 2 plus 1 is 0. That's all I'm doing there. And then I'm going to use my right endpoint because we have two endpoints, right? We have to have two endpoints. So our endpoint is this one and this one. These are x values here, right? That's not a point. That's an interval from 0 to 3, right? So our other endpoint is 3. So I'm going to evaluate that. What is f of 3? Well, f of 3, if you plug it in, is equal to 4. Now all we have to do is evaluate this and say, where are the lowest numbers? So our minimum, where does our minimum height occur? We have a min at x is equal to 1. And that gives us the point 1, 0. We have a max at x equals 3, gives us the point 3, 4. And the other value is neither, right? This endpoint is neither. It's not a max nor a min. So please be careful, because what I see people doing is I see them taking the derivative, they find that critical value, and then I guess they assume that that's the minimum or the maximum. Remember, you're on an interval. So if you're on an interval, you have to check the left and right values also, okay? All right, I hope this was really helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Thanks, appreciate it.